Hello everybody and welcome to the Action Figuratorium. My name is Mark Major. I'm a real big toy collector here in Southeast Portland. Hunkered down, people. Hunkered down in a video facility, video studio facility with another studio in the back of that containing all these wonderful action figures, toys, vehicles, and play sets that I have acquired over the years. And I'm here to share this kind of stuff with you. Okay, now, how did I get all the stuff that I have? Well, mainly, I go out to secondhand stores. I go to Goodwills, I go to Salvation Armies, I go to these Desert Island Industries type places. I go to these Red, White, and Blues, these, Value Village, stuff like that. I go to garage sales, go to flea markets. I'm always looking for cool and unusual stuff. Doesn't have to be rare and collectible and hard to find. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It's all about trying to rescue stuff, trying to bring it back into collector land and get it back with us, the toy people, so that it doesn't languish and get broken and thrown in the trash from out there in the secondhand market of thrift stores. Now, sometimes I come across other weird stuff. I did another show called It Crawled from the Bins, where I just showed you some weird knickknacks that I came across today. It's a similar kind of show. But this is a collection of great board games. That's right, great board games that I guarantee you have never played. These are kind of weird, unusual, and wacky games. Some of you may have seen these, but I kind of doubt the majority of you have. And so we're going to go through 20, that's right, 20 board games today, just the pictures of them, which I came across at thrift stores. And by the way, I passed on all of these. I passed on every single one. And you might see why. And that's all coming up today on the Action Figuratorium. Strap on the leather, hold on tight. Now before we begin, okay, I want to just demonstrate the power of fashion items to you. This is a pair of shop safety glasses, right? Something you'd wear in shop class where you're working the, a router or something like that. And I found these over at the food cart down the street from the studio here, and they were just kind of like pushed into the dirt, that kind of thing, and they were kind of bent a little bit. Had to heat them up, put them in some hot water, like a toy thing. Bent them back. Anyways, these things, these shop glasses, when you put them on, I don't know what it is, but they transform you into some sort of like East Coast avant-garde Andy Warhol kind of artist. Let me demonstrate these guys. Watch. You see what I'm talking about? You can get a pair of these shop glasses. You might go up a rung in your income. Okay, let's start this fantastic premise. Great board games that you've never played. First up, here we go. High Bid, the auction game. Who would have thought that this years later, because this is probably what, 1968 or something like that, who would have guessed that years later this would turn into eBay? Who knew? Who knew this is a game? Okay, we should keep pressing on, shouldn't we? What do we got here? Stocks and bonds. Imagine being just an expert at playing this game, destroying your friends every single time you get together, and then being really terrible with money and investing in real life. Could you imagine the irony, being good at this game? Also, I think some of these could easily translate into video game apps at this point. Just want to point that out. But maybe not this next game. Power Blackout, a cooperative strategy game, trademark. Summary of actions in a round of play. I can't read that and I have no idea what it is, but there's only like about 5 things that you have to do, and I assume that it is to try and avoid some kind of a blackout. Who knows? But, I guess this is the kind of game for future engineers, electricians, stuff like that. Journeymen, maybe. How about this? Remember when gas stations had their own board game? Yes, the mileage game, Amoco's highway game for drivers of all ages, presented by the Amoco Motor Club. This could also be a good drinking game. Think about it. Think about that. All right, here we go. Tell it like it is with the Ungame. Look at the photos that they put on the cover of this. This is how you sell a game. You don't show the game, you just show people enjoying the game. And I think they are. And you, by the way, if you haven't noticed, in the background of all these pictures are, of course, endlessly more games. But we've seen a million monopolies at this point, and I don't think anybody cares. But this, California Raisins, did anybody play this game? I bet you haven't. I bet it's a great board game. It's cool, it's hip, it's fun. I don't know, though. It's just weird the way they have the California Raisins graphic, and then somebody just added board game in like Helvetica, as if we wouldn't know that those are different. Okay, how about this? Lakeside's Duel. That's their spelling of duel. They spell it like that. And let me tell you, a game that uses the ultimate weapon, the mind, is a great board game that you've never played. Shall we? It's for 2 players only, in case you're wondering. There's no 3-person duels going on, but it is in the mind, so who knows? How about this? You ever played this and lost? Monogamy, a hot affair with your partner? Monogamy. It's a game, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It is a game. Okay. It's a great board game. You've never played it. How about this? Penta. Penta means 5, the classical game of skill. What do you got to do? No, you got to not be Greek. But check this out, guys. Not long after this showed up, this version of Penta showed up, and now you're thinking like, okay, and there's one, if you look, there's on the shelf behind it, there's another Penta game. You're probably like, okay, there was one game and no one, and they brought it. No, the one behind it is another one in addition to the first one I showed you. The first one I showed you had 2 rubber bands on it. This one only has 1 rubber band on it. There's a lot of Penta games out there. I don't think anybody's played them, though. How about this? Have you ever played Gettysburg? This seems like a fun board game. Get together with your friends, have yourself a civil war. Now you fight the Civil War battle in this realistic tournament game. This is from Avalon Hill, a old school game company that I'm sure somebody owns the name and they might own the product, but is it really a company anymore? Don't know. Probably owned by Hasbro. How about this? The Viking game. I should open this up. Checked it out. Look how small it is. It's tiny. This is like a Scrabble game or something. And look, there's a Penta game in the background there. I love this. This is almost like you're seeing 200 board games. Okay, this is actually a board game. Arkham Horror. It's very. I bet you I'd be freaked out, scared playing this Cthulhu game, where your job is to be this woman who has to shoot Stan Lee in the back. Okay. Here we go. Have you ever played this? Scotland Yard, smarties, huh? Any of you English blokes ever played this? What I love about this is that it's actually it's made by a company called Ravensburger, and they are a German company, and it's a British themed game by a German company in which you're hunting Mr. X. But look at this: Die Spannende Jagd nach Mr. X. Cure durch London. It's like, I think that says you chase or you hunt. You know, Jagdnach at night, Mr. X through London. That's what it says. And check out this. How about this game? I've been playing this game my whole life. It's not really a board game. This is a game I play every day. Go for broke. The game of spend a million. I think I've spent $1 million on beer. And I think that was the problem. I started off with a bad hand of spend a million. Okay, here we go. A Great Life. Anybody played this game? It's premium vintage quality, learning and recreation classics, helping you create strong family memories, 100% satisfaction guarantee. They need to stop selling play, learn, have fun. There's how many different catchphrases can a game have? By the way, we're almost done. We're over 15 games. What do you guys think? These are all great games you've never played, isn't it? How about this? Junior Labyrinth. Classic maze game for beginners. And I was thinking, this just sounds like Pac-Man or something, right? Well, I took a picture of the back of it because I wanted to see what the game looks like, and it looks like that. I think it's one of those games kind of like Dungeons and Dragons game where you just put down the cards and it tells you where to go. Let's see, what else have we got, kids? This. Owari. Sex Cells. This looks like a very sexy game to play. Ancient and absorbing game of strategy. Played by Afro-Asian people. That's what I think of when I see her. For some 3,500 years. That's a really long game. To think that the longest game running has been going for 3,500 years. But it's Afro-Asian, so what do you want me to say? All right, here we go. Almost done. We're almost through, people. You can relax. You can relax and wait for episode 2, because I got more games. Can you, underline, can you build a financial empire in space? Well, the answer is no, you can't. You can't. I don't see, like, you shake the dice, you're like, nope, how about you? Nope, you just keep going around. No one can. 2038, Tycoons of the Asteroid Belt. I love the cover to this. It's like some sort of weird 1960s Isaac Asimov science fiction paperback book looking thing. Prism Games, Tim Jim Games. How many different companies made this game? I don't know. But let's see what we got here. Okay, we're going to finish with this. Contigo, a game of construction cones. You put out the safety cones and you hope that that nobody crashes, okay? Program moves add a new dimension to strategy games. Look what's going on in this. There's a lot of stuff happening on the cover of this game. Don't forget in the background there's I'm covering up. Somebody has a Jeopardy game that they donated to Goodwill, and I can understand why. So that's been it for this episode of great board games you've never played. I hope you got to see something kind of fun that put a smile on your face today and made you think like, things could be a whole lot worse out there. I could be stuck playing the Amico game. So with that, everybody, you know what I'm saying. Stay charged.